So will the price of Bitcoin break out of this key line of resistance which is holding the price since 434 days and continue this uptrend, or is it going to be a continuation here in this manner, price heading towards to form a new low before expecting any sort of a movement here like this to play out in price action of Bitcoin? Is it going to happen? Because we know, guys, we know the price in the medium short term is at this exact line which rejected us in the past price action, and getting rejection on this upper line means a bigger price retracement. So this is exactly what we want to avoid. But the reason why we are getting rejection is not just only the resistance from this falling wedge, but it is also because of this ascending broadening wedge. Yes, guys, this ascending broadening wedge in a 4-hour time frame played out perfectly. Price, after breaking the upper line, started this impulsiveness, came exactly at the target line around 23,000, 23,200 range, and since then we are showing this slow move here to the downside. And yesterday I made it very clear, if the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term is going to show this weakness, that means we could be coming back to retest the previous temporary resistance line. Yes, this line, the upper line here, right, which acted as a strong line of resistance in the past price action, could be acting as a strong line of support if the price of Bitcoin is going to show further retracement towards this 22,000 range. Because we know, guys, we know there are some very strong line of support also building for Bitcoin parallelly. Yes, if you look at this in a daily time frame, the price is still above this Williams alligator indicator, and on my yesterday's video I showed you guys this Williams alligator indicator is definitely going to be acting as a strong line of support, because this here is a bullish crossover. And I showed you so many different examples that in an uptrend, right, each and every time whenever you see price of Bitcoin preparing itself for this new uptrend, you can see the green line always appears at the top, blue line at the bottom. That indicates the market could be showing some impulsive movement, and each and every retracement, the same line acted as a support because the price was above it. In a downtrend, blue line starts appearing at the top, green line at the bottom, and each and every time whenever we have seen this blue line appearing at the top, green line at the bottom, price after that has showed some very corrective movement. So in our case, this here is a bullish crossover here in Williams alligator indicator, where the green line is at the top, blue line at the bottom. And if you also look at this MACD, it is still a bullish MACD, RSI is still above 50 level, T3CCI also in a positive territory, which is clearly confirming this impulsiveness. And we know any sort of a retracement in the medium short term, as I've been very clear, this Williams alligator indicator is also going to be acting as one very important line of support for Bitcoin. And also parallelly, this Bollinger Band, which has played out perfectly after this squeeze, we started breaking it to the upside, just like I shown in an example. Any sort of a retracement, according to this Bollinger Band as well, any sort of a retracement, this central line, this red line, right, is going to be acting as a strong line of support if the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term shows any sort of a retracement. So above 20,000, now we are building some very strong support for Bitcoin. And as long as we remain above 20,000, now we are still expecting this trend to continue here to the upside. And why this also would make a lot of sense. Now let me show you this one very interesting scenario. I just showed you with the previous example. It's not just only because of the upper line resistance from this falling wedge, because the price also reached the target from this ascending broadening wedge. So now maybe we are exhausted. But if you look at this one scenario here, guys, if we do see any sort of a corrective movement here in the medium short term, this key line, right, this key line of support could be retested. Yes, guys, this here, this line could be retested. And if that is going to happen, if the price is going to show some weakness after this retest, weakness towards this previous temporary resistance line, then in that case we could be also forming this so-called inverse head and shoulder type of scenario. Yes, guys, if the price holds this key line of support, then we could be forming this inverse head and shoulder, and breaking this neckline will trigger another bullish movement, which is indicating 30,000. It might be quite huge target, which I've already said you on my yesterday's video. 30,000 could be very bullish target, but for now we are focusing more on the target around 24,000 25,000 range. And now let me show you why. Because if you simply look at this formation here in an hourly time frame, you can see, guys, the price of Bitcoin here was forming a very interesting scenario, which was looked as head and shoulder. Yes, head and shoulder during an uptrend is definitely considered as a bearish reversal pattern. So in our case, since the price has already broken the neckline, right, you can see that the price has broken the neckline area, we also started this corrective movement. So according to this head and shoulder, if the price is going to see further retracement, because the target is going to be somewhere around 22,000, right, then it is okay. Why? Because the price here could be forming a flag pattern. Yes, guys, this here could be a bull flag formation, even if we would see any sort of a corrective movement here to the downside, testing the lower line from this falling channel, or so-called a bull flag, because this lower line has acted as a strong line of support. So any sort of a retracement in the medium short term could be a possible formation of this bull flag. Also, the target from this head and shoulder will play out perfectly, right? And price in that case could be looked here in this way, guys. Yes, the price in that case could be looked in this way, which is also pointing us 25,000 could be looked as the possible upcoming target for Bitcoin once we flip the upper line resistance into proper support. And not just only because of this hourly time frame, even if we look at this in a monthly time frame, because I showed you that in a monthly time frame, this 200 moving average and this falling trend line is where we could be getting gravitated. That's why I placed this magnet. So if we look at this 200 moving average, it's around 24,700. And now target from this bull flag, if it's going to play out, which is going to be around 24 to 25,000. And price after that is expected to show an actual weakness. But if we are lucky, as I've been very clear, even 30,000 could be on the line. But for now, this is what we are looking at. Guys, we have said the price, if it is going to be forming into a Livermore speculative chart, which is so-called accumulation cylinder with widening mount, you can see this here is going to 0.8, and the next movement could be 0.9, right, 0.9, and then 10 before price again starts showing this weakness, just like as shown here in an example. So that's why even according to this Livermore speculative chart, there is a probability for price testing this line, the target around 25,000 before it chooses a trend direction. So that's why, guys, that's why for the upcoming days, this target line from this bull flag, target line from this 200 moving average is going to be monitored very, very closely. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, please destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.